Dear learner, welcome to Page Object Model Session 7. This is Haradhan once again as usual. Today in this session you will learn how we can capture screenshot during framework development from scratch with the help of Page Object Model. Thank you all for watching my videos. In case you are enjoying my videos and learning automation testing framework from scratch, please do like and share my videos. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification fast as and when I will upload any new videos. Do not forget to provide your valuable comment for any input or suggestion. Stay tuned for my next videos. So, in the previous 6 session of Page Object Model, right, for framework creation from from the scratch level, you already noticed, right? So there are basically 4 folder is there: src main java, src main resource, src test java, src test resources, right? So we have created different packages where we are creating base class, listener class, pages, right? And also com.form test cases packages. We are creating the different test cases whatever you want to run it, right? So basically we have run designed 2 test cases for resetting the password, Facebook password, and another one is which will be passed because of the expected and the actual result will be passing here, matching here, and another test case, test Facebook page, where we are just entering the email and passwords and clicking on the sign in button. After that error message will be displayed, but here we are given some expected is different which will not match, so that test case will be fail, right? And here you already implemented test listener class which is implementing iTest listener interface, right? And here we have written the steps in case whenever it is failing, so it will display that message test case failed, refer to the screenshot details, and right, we can get the hyperlink name failure screenshot, where we can get the screenshot already saved in my D drive, and another one is like screenshot image will be there, which if we open it, so it will open in another new page, right? And in case test case is getting passed, so we have also added the details in the on success method in the listener class, right? So the test case pass, error message will be displayed, and both the test case already added here in my test engine.xml file, right? So we already added the listener for report ng, right? Because we will be extracting the report with the report ng, because the test ng default report is not much reliable to share with the stakeholder or other for reporting purposes. So we are trying to create our report ng customized report, and for the listener we have added it, right? Whatever listener class we have created, right? You can see that com.pom.listener is the package name and the test listener class is the class name. So these are the 2 test cases will be executed. One test case will be passed and one test case will be failed. Now let's run the test case and let's see how it is behaving. And definitely screenshot will be attached for the failed test case as part of the listeners, right? Test listener we have added that whenever test case will be failure, that particular screenshot will be added. But those screenshots are saved in my local drive, and from there the screenshot is taking. But now say I want to take the screenshot at the application level. Whenever it is failing, it is capturing the screenshot, and that screenshot I want to portray in my report. So that part I will do it in today's session. So here it is running both the test case. So first test case is getting passed, Facebook reset password, because expected and actual error message will be matching here. And for the second test case, the error message will not match because we have intentionally given it different, so it will be fail, right? You can see total number of test cases run 2 and failure 1, and if you select the test case, you can see the assertion failure, and if you open it, right, you can see this is the different part, right? It highlighted in red, which is not matching with the expected and the actual part. So that's how you can validate the difference in the error message, right? So this part is matching, so everything will be black here, and whatever part is not matching, it will be in red, right? Now let's refresh the project and let's try to see whatever report is being displayed here. Those screenshots are attaching or not, right? So if you refresh the project, so you can see here in the test output folder there will be emailable report HTML folder will be there, HTML file will be created. If you go to the properties and you can take the path, so this will give you the default test ng report, right? So I will be opening in any of the Chrome browsers or any browser. So you can see here one test case passed, one test case failed, and this is the method name. For the past test case, this message is coming, right? Test case pass, which is taking from the listener class, whatever we have added here. right? You can see that message is coming, test case passed in case test case is getting failed, and passed in case test case is getting failed, right? So that's what it will taking from the listener class. Refer to the screenshot below, test case failed, that error message is coming, and here is a do, right? One is the hyperlink for the screenshot, one is like image for the screenshot. So this is coming based on that. So if you open the hyperlink, which is named as right screenshot failure, you can see it will be opening in the new tab, right? The screenshot it is saved in my D drive. It is giving me the path here, and if you click on that particular image file, so it will also give the screenshot different name and also save in my D drive. And here you can see the assertion failure error is coming because like expectation was that, right? That part is the expected one, and where is coming actually is coming as that, right? So you can verify it and you can correct your code accordingly. And now if you verify the report ng report, so you need to open the HTML folder and need to select the index.html and you need to go to the path here. So if you go to the path here and if you open it in any of the web page, browsers, so you can get the details report ng report, right? So for the test case passed, right, this is the pass test case passed error message is being displayed. For the failure part, you can see there is test case failed, refer screenshot to the below, and this is the two link, right? Failure screenshot. If you open it, you can see some PNG file here. It's already saved my D drive, and based on the details added in my listener class, right? And if you click on that particular image, you can get it. So it is more reliable format, right? Test engine report, you can see there is no much spaces is there, and you can click on there, you can get the details of the report, right? Even if you click on the overview here, you can see this is looks like pretty much good. If you go to the log output, so everything will be displayed here. Test case passed, test case failed, like that. You can get the log details output, right? Okay. So now, what is the meaning of the right screenshot? Why we need to capture the screenshot, right? So whenever you will be running any test case, right, you will doing any manual execution, right? Screenshot is the important part, right? If you want to pass your test case, you also need to attach the screenshot. If you want to fail that your test case, you need to also attach the screenshot and you need to log a defect with proper step and proper screenshot, right? In case you are not giving the screenshot and you are reporting a defect in any of the defect management tool, it can be ALM, it can be Azure, it can be Rally, Jira, like that. But whenever it's coming to the developer or it's being analyzed in the triage, right? So the developer can reject reject your defect, mentioning that like this is not clear or this is not expected, right? So you need to give proper screenshot so that like they can analyze as well as they can acknowledge that defect is correct, right? As well as for there are several instances, right? Suppose today you are executing your test case and 6 months after that you want to still execute, or maybe some other testers came into the project, they want to execute it, and whenever they are going through the test case, they are not able to understand clearly the test step whatever has been written, right? And they are not able to replicate the test case. So maybe for that time they can still go through that screenshot already captured for those test cases from the test management tool, and they can identify easily how you have executed it, right? So they also this can give them better visibility to execute the test case, or maybe for the automation team, right? Because they are not much generally sometimes not much sound in the domain knowledge or functional area, right? So they can still refer to the screenshot and they can try to replicate those scenario as part of automation script development, right? So that is the reason screenshot is very much required during any kind of testing. It can be functional testing, it can be integration, it can be in automation testing also it will require, right? To for justification you have proved that you have already executed and you have captured it, and your whether it's expected or working on expected or whether its defect is there, like that. So capturing the screenshot for the test execution is one of the important script in any automation which helps user to identify defect and problem by referring the screenshot. So Selenium WebDriver provide text screenshot interface to capture a screenshot of the web page when an exception of error occurred during the execution of the code. Okay, so while a tester tests any application, maybe many of the functionality will not be working compared to the expected result, right? The expected result actually will not match. Maybe there is a deviation of some page layout, right? Or previously it was a button but it has been changed to like a drop down field, right? Or maybe the name of the image is not properly displaying, right? So tester log this as a defect and tell the developer about the getting of the defect in the code and suggest to fix the defect or bugs to retest once again. However, developer may not accept a defect without required evidence and details, right? without proper a screenshot or proper step, they will not accept it, or maybe they will not able to replicate the scenario. So the screenshot is required, right, through which developer can analyze the issue as well. That is why taking the screenshot is one of the mandatory evidence to view and understand with the test which has been already failed, right? So user can take the screenshot in the image file. It can be like PNG, JPG or JPG, right? So Selenium screenshots can help a tester or developer analyze anything from a bug to a web element. These are the different possible scenario listed below here when user might consider capturing a Selenium screenshot, right? Capture screenshot for each and every test case. Test case means suppose a test case can go through 5 or 6 different pages, right? Maybe in few of the pages you are entering something and something is getting generated, right? So whenever you are doing something, so for each and every page you need to capture the screenshot so that it will be evidence. It will give you the more visibility of that whatever step you have been performed with the details input or output, right? Sometimes we need to capture screenshot only when there is a failure. It will depend on the based on the project requirement, right? But generally we should capture screenshot for each and every page and for each and every like input and output operations, right? Also sometimes capturing screenshot in specific time intervals, right? Capturing screenshot in different browsers, capturing screenshot of specific element in the web page. Sometimes I want to only verify only particular web element visible or not, the properties like that. So only we will be just capturing screenshot for that web element. Also sometimes we need to capture screenshot in specific checkpoint, right? There are assertion point whenever we are entering, right? In our script, it can be soft assertion, hard assertion. So in case of failure or passing like of thing, we need to capture the screenshot. So how we can capture the screenshot? So this is a basically 3-step process, right? So first, as we need to call the text screenshot interface, right? As an interface, we directly can't create a object or instance directly, right? So user need to convert the WebDriver object to screenshot, right? And then we can create an object or instance, right? So we are typecasting WebDriver here, and we are creating an object or instance for the text screenshot interface. Okay. After that, we need to call the get screenshot as method, right? Okay, from the text screenshot interface, right? So user need to call get screenshot as method to create an image file which is provided by the text screenshot interface to capture the screenshot of the web page displayed in the driver object. So we will be creating a source file, right, where the screenshot will be captured. We are using the file class, the screenshot, that is the object name dot screenshot as, and we will be using output type dot file here. Here the argument output type file specified in the screenshot get screenshot as method will return the captured screenshot in the form of file. Therefore, whenever tester or developer can store in the variables src file with type file, right? After that, if your screenshot has been captured, it has been stored in the source file, right? And then you need to store in your destination file, right? It can be any path, right? In your drive or in your project level itself, right? So whenever if you want to save the file object returned by get screenshot as method, we need to use copy method, right? Which is available in the FileHandler class, right? FileHandler.copy source file, and you need to give the path of the destination file, right? So now I will show you how you can capture the screenshot whenever there is a failure or whenever there is a pass. So right now I will be concentrating on that. For the listener class, we will try to capture, implement the screenshot in the listener class whenever there is a failure. So in the src.main Java, we already created a package called pom.utility, right? Where we can create all the class for all the utilities, right? So because capturing screenshot also an utility, right? So we'll be creating a class here. Okay. So suppose I'm giving the name of the class as test utility. Okay. And here I am not selecting the public static void main because I am just will be creating my custom method here, and which will be definitely we need to extend the base class, right? Because all the driver properties, everything will be coming from the base class, right? So whatever test class we are creating, it will be extend to test base class, so that everything driver information will be getting it, right? And we need to import the test base, right? Okay. So whatever class we are creating, test utility extends test base. Okay, we need to import from the test base com.pom.base. Okay, once the import is successful, Then we will be creating a method for capturing screenshot with the 3-step process is mentioned here, right? So we will be creating a method, right, for capturing the screenshot. So we will be defining public first, and then as it can be accessible in any of the class, so we will be declaring a static, then it's void, right, and suppose I want to give the name as text screenshot. This is the method name, right, text screenshot, and this is the syntax for creating the method here, right? So I will be using that 3-step process, right? First I will be taking the interface, right, text screenshot. Okay, and I will be creating a variable. As it's like interface, we can't directly create a variable, so we need to typecast with driver, right? Equal to, will be typecasting driver with driver, and as we have extended, right, the test base class, so all the information, all the variable will be available in the test utility class. So we'll be just need to, one second, so we need to typecast, we need to give another bracket here. Okay, after that, okay, it's not text screenshot, it should be text screenshot, right? Yes, text screenshot. Then error message will be gone, and you can see you need to import, right, that particular interface text screenshot from org.openq.selenium. Okay, now my that object has been created from the text screenshot interface, right? Then I will be utilizing it, right, screenshot, and I need to use the method get screenshot as, right, where I will be passing output.file, it will be caps here, right? You can see error message gone. Okay, then here if we that method, right, so let's remove it, cut paste it once more. If you press, you can see here, and you need to return type will be text screenshot, right? So we need to store in some file, right? So that's why we need to use it, right? So I'll be using get screenshot method output.file. Here it will be output type.file. Output type dot file, you can see it's coming, right, and it will be file type, right? The type will be file, so we need to store into the file, right? So I'll be using a file class, and I'm creating a variable called file, and I'm storing it. Okay, so you need to remove it here. Okay, now you can see some error message is coming, so you need to import the file class from the java.io package. After that, here, or you can give the name as source file here, src source file instead of file variable, so that it will give you more visibility. Then I need to store in some of the, right, destination file here, right? So I will be using file handler class, right, and I will be storing in the destination file here. Okay, so before that, right, I need to give the path of the destination file, right? Otherwise how will store it? So I will be creating a variable, right, file here, and here I will be passing some argument, right? So that's where we will be storing it, right? So I will be passing some argument string file path, and that file path I want to store it, right? So here I will be capturing it, file path equal to new file, where I will be capturing it, I will be storing in the destination file destfile, and I will be closing it. Okay, so you can see some error messages there. Create a local variables. Okay, so now I will not create for the destination file, because I will be using that particular destination file in the whenever I will be using copy, right? So file handler, then I will need to use file handler, that class dot copy. You can see that method is coming, right? And here I need to give source file, and here I will be giving a destination file. Sorry, here you need to give the destination file, and here you need to give the file path. So that is the reason error message is coming. Okay, and then you need to give the destination file wherever you are storing it, right? So now you can see error message is still there. We need to use import surround with try catch block. Okay, now that now the error message is gone, right? So we'll be using text screenshot interface, and after typecasting driver we are creating a variable, right? As we directly can't create the object or instance for the interface. Okay, once it is done, we are storing the screenshot in the source file, right? For temporary file. This is source file, temporary file. So we'll be using file, and we'll be using get screenshot and output.file.file. This is the step we have written here, right? Where output.file, output.type.file specified in the get screenshot as method will return the capture screenshot in the form of file. That is the reason, right? We are storing in the file. Then we are creating a variable called destination file, right? And where in the method name we are passing some path. Right now I am not giving any hard coded, right? I am not hard coding anything, because if we hard code anything, that part will be fixed here, right? But in the test case level, just we want to, or in the listener level, we will be giving the exact path, right? So that is the reason I am creating the method where I am passing the argument, right? So that path I want to show the destination file. Then you simply need to use that FileHandler.copy and give from the source file to destination file to store it, right? So that is that you need to surround with try catch block. So that is already done here, right? Okay. So this is done. So I have already created the method for capturing the screenshot, right? Now I will go to the test listener class, right? So here instead of hard coded part, right? Instead of hard coded part, I want to capture the screenshot. Let's comment it out, this line of code. Right now I don't want to get the only the hyperlink, right, for the screenshot whatever I am capturing. So in which path you want to capture the screenshot, so that you need to give it, right? So here in the src.test resources I will be creating a package. So I need to select it. I am creating a package here, and I am giving the package name as, right, utility output. Okay, so here I will be capturing all the screenshot, right? Maybe we can give in the lowercase. In case we are generating, right, extend report, so we can also save the path here, like. So I am creating another folder called utility output, and here I want to capture the screenshot, right? So in the test failure, listener class, right, you already set, right, for the report ng report. So I am not changing it, right? Okay, and here I will be capturing the screenshot, right, after the break. Okay, after the report will first message will be printed, after that another line will be there, then here I want to capture the screenshot. So definitely I need to use that class, right, name first for capturing the screenshot. Okay, then if I use the class, you can see that method will be coming here, right, whatever method we have written in the class, right? So we need to, right, use that method, and here we need to give the path, right? So I will take the path from here. I need to go to the properties, and I will be getting the path here. I am giving the path in the double quote. Okay, and here I need to give the screenshot name, right? So I want to capture the screenshot with the name will be error.png, that format, and I will be ending with the double quote, right? So that path I want to store it. Okay, this is my path, right? And then src folder, and then test, then resources, then utility output, and then the name will be screenshot will be error.png. And if you customize it, you can customize it, because every time you don't want the same name, right? So you can add some things, so it will be appended with, right, other like any time format, date format, like that. You can do your own customization, right? And if you do not want to give that particular path right here, so you can use system.directory instead of hard coding that path. You can change it. Okay, so that I mean, if you export your project, so it will, you no need to give the hard coded path, right? So maybe I can show you from the test.js directory, right? So I'll be giving you that path. Okay, so you can change it, right? Instead of that path you can change, but right now I'm not changing it. And the similar way, right, in case if you want to report, you use get the screenshot details in the reporter.log, right? So you need to give the same path here, right? Whatever reference you have given till that png, so I'll be replacing it with that path, only that path till the png part. Otherwise the remaining part I am not touching anything. Okay, so let's change it only. So I am changing it. So also you can see some double slash is coming, so we need to remove the double slash here. So I am just removing the double slash here, but I am keeping the same path. Some error message is coming, maybe it is 3, right? Instead of 2 it will be 3. Okay, error message gone, so you need to check whether it's double only instead of quadruple, right? And the name is same. Now it's updated. So I want to take the screenshot from the application whenever it is failing only, right? Now it's, let's save it. So okay, so I already created the test utility class, and which is extending the test base class. That is the reason all the driver information, everything, it is getting it without creating any object or instance, right? So we are creating the method for take screenshot, right? And we are temporarily, it will be available in the source file, and from the source file I want to convert in the destination file, and destination file, right? So I am created the method whenever I am giving the path for storing the screenshot, right? So it will be stored in that particular folder, utility.output folder, and the name of the screenshot will be whatever name I am storing it here in the test and listener class. In case test case is getting failed, right? So it will be stored in that screenshot name will be, right, error.png. Okay, so it is done. So only I am trying to capture screenshot for the test case failure. Similarly, if you want to capture the screenshot whenever test case is fast, you can do it here with the help of that method, right? Okay. So suppose still if you don't want to do it, so just simply you need to copy the test that part and give one break line here after the message. Okay, so after that passed you can give it. Okay, and if you want to change the screenshot name, you just need to change the screenshot name here. Error instead of error, instead of output, I am changing the name as output.png or pass reference, right? Test case pass reference.png in case it is getting passed in the same folder. Okay, so let's save the code and let's just try to run it from the testng.xml file. So obviously one test case will be, this test case will be passed and this test case will fail because of the difference in the error message, right? So let's try to run it and let's see whether the screenshot is getting generated in the test output folder as well as those are available in the report. So it will try to run the test case one by one, right? And instead of whenever report engine will be generating, instead of the hard coded screenshot whatever available my drive, so it will try to collect the screenshot from the skin level itself. Okay, so some error message is there. Okay, what is the line here? Source not found, internal error. Let's run it once more and let's see what is happening. Okay. So in the listener class, try to remove that commented that part for the success part. Let's comment it out and let's see whether it's running or not. Only I want to capture the screenshot for the failed one. If it is implemented, it can be implemented on the failure itself. So it is opening the Chrome browsers. It will try to execute that one test case first. Okay, it is working. It is trying to execute another test case which will be definitely fail, and where we will be just capturing the screenshot for the test case failure part, because the error message will not be captured here in that particular screen. I want to capture it, right? You can see that particular screen I want to capture it. Okay, so let's refresh the page here. Okay, and if I go to that particular test utility folder, right, here nothing is generated because of some failure here. Okay, so I need to correct it, what is the failure is coming. Okay, and I will check. Okay, so whatever part we are using it, right, we need to surround with try catch block. So I will be using surround with try catch block, otherwise it will throw some error. Okay, I need to surround with try catch block. Okay, similar way for the past one also I can use it, and I need to surround with try catch block. That is the reason it is throwing the error. Okay, so I will be surround with try catch block. You need to remember it, right, whenever you will be using that method, because whenever we are implementing, right, we have surrounded with try catch block here. Okay, so also in the whenever you are implementing in the listener class, you need to surround with try catch block as well. Now let's try to run it from the test.ng XML file. So I have tried to implement the screenshot for the positive and the failure part, right, and let's try to see whether it's getting generated for the past test case as well as the failed test case now. So let's try to run it from the test.ng XML.file level. So it will be running as test.ng suite. So it will try to execute. For the first test case, and let's see whether any duplicate run is getting generated or not. In case it is not, so it will be working fine. So first test case will be passed, and you can get the positive result here. You can see it's coming, working fine perfectly, and it is. So you need to remember, whenever you are calling that method, you need to surround with try catch block. Though it is not giving any error, but still at the during the runtime it is giving the error, not in the compile time. So another test case also getting executed. So it is, you can see the complete run has been there, right, and no error message was there, because you need to surround with the try catch block. Okay, because of the some failure it will be giving the result. Okay, let's run, refresh that folder here. Utility folder, nothing is getting generated. Let's refresh the page here. Failure screenshot, if you click it, nothing is being displayed here. Okay, I need to inspect once more time, because from the failure reason itself why it is not getting generated. It's working fine. Okay, let's try to inspect once more. Yeah, so I found the problem here. Actually, whenever we are creating calling the particular right utility, right, particular utility where like we have taken created the method called take screenshot, right, and what the problem is happening is whenever we are calling that particular method in the failure or in the one success, right, so I have tried to call it right? So whenever we are calling it, that method, right, for the class test_utility.take screenshot, where we are providing the path of the screenshot, whatever we want to take it, right? So we will be placing it in the utility folder. So we have given the path here, right? So after that we want to create an hyperlink, right? So I have given the same path. So hyperlink name will be take screenshot in case of failure, right? So I have written it for the on test failure, and all similar way I have also written the same line of code whenever in case on test success also I want to get the message printed at test case passed, and also I want to capture the screenshot, and the screenshot name will be in the same folder. Screenshot name will be pass reference.png, and also in the report ng I want to generate generate and particular hyperlink which will be the same name test case screenshot, and where I can get the screenshot of the past test case as well, right? Okay, so that's why you need to update our listener class. But the problem, whatever problem was coming, for each and every test case we are quitting the browser, right? In case you are quitting or closing the browser, so your particular your whatever method you have written, right? So this is not able to capture anything because driver is closed. It is not able to find that driver instance. So that is the reason it is not getting captured. So I have uncommented this line. So this browser will be not getting closed for both the test case. Okay, so it will not be closed. Okay, so I have commented it out, right? Not in uncommented, I have commented out. So this line of code will not be executed. So that like the screen will be there on that page, and after that it will capture the screenshot, right, for both the test case. So one test case, this test case will be passed here. Error message is matching with the actual result, and for the test Facebook page, the test case will be failed, but like the browser will be not be closed, right? So I have commented out, right, the close browser method for both the test case. And here in the test listener class you can see, right? So that particular for the fail, whenever there is a fail, that message will be printed out. After that one liner break, then it will place the screenshot in that particular path, right? That path will be utility report here in the project level, and for the failure screenshot, the screenshot name will be error.png, and I want to generate in the report ng XML, report ng report, right? Similarly for the pass one, right, that message will be printed as test case passed, and I want to keep the screenshot in the path utility folder, utility output, and the screenshot name will be pass reference, and that also I want to create an hyperlink for the past test cases which will be take screenshot, and here I am giving the path here, right? Now let's save the code. So I have commented out these two line of code, right? It will not close the browser, so browser will be open after executing the test case, and it will take the screenshot here, right? And now let's try to run it out from the test_ng.xml, and let's see whether it is getting generated properly or not, or it is that particular no such element found, if exception is not getting displayed in the console, right? So it will try to execute two test case definitely. After that screenshot will be placed in the right utility output folder, and if we go to the report, we can also get the report and also the link of the screenshot, right? So you can see that browser will not be closed, right? So that part I will be screenshot will be taken. So the one screenshot was already test case already failed, right? Fail or pass, but browser is not getting closed. We are not quitting the browser, so that it will be capturing the screenshot. Okay, here also you can see the browser is not getting closed, right? So that particular screenshot will be taken. Let's not close the browser, and let's first go to the test case level and see any kind of exception error is coming or not. You can see here both are clean, right? Not any kind of exception error is coming, right? And where test case is getting failed, if you click here you can see, right, because it is not matching here, right? That part is not matching, that is the reason test case is getting failed. Now if you refresh the page, refresh the project, right, and if you go to that utility output folder, you can see one is error.png, because whatever is given here, the name error.png, right, that is the message name, that is the screenshot name, and for the pass reference it is the pass reference screenshot name. So it is coming based on the pass and fail test case, right? So error name error.png, it will be error is not matching. You can see here it's coming properly, and if you open that pass reference.png, you can see here it is coming, right? So it will be matching here. Okay, one is matching with that part and one is matching with that part. Okay, so that's why it will be matching here. Now so you can see that utility report, that particular two screenshot has been taken. Okay, Now if you want to go to the report, right, default test.ng report, so you can see here now the test case pass is getting displayed, right. That message is getting printed here based on the method we have written here for the success. Let's close this and go to the listener class. So if you go to the on success, because that test case is getting passed, so that message will be printed out first here, test case passed. After that we will capture the screenshot. Screenshot name will be test case screenshot, right, sorry, link name will be test case screenshot, and the screenshot name will be pass reference.png, right. So test case pass is getting displayed here, and if you click on the test case screenshot, right, you can see the screenshot is coming for the past test case, because for the past test case you are entering the number, in the recovery Facebook page you are entering the email ID and you click on the search page, right, it's coming. Similarly for the failed test case, you can see that message is being displayed here, right, test case failed from the, right, listener class, whatever you have written here, and screenshot name will be test case screenshot, and the path will be error.jpg, right. You can see that is the message being printed, and if you click on the screenshot here, you can see error.jpg, and the path what already matching here, right, with the project structure, that is the path. Okay, so that is the path, and let's close it out and let's try to refresh the report.ng report. So you can see one test case is getting passed, and you can see that message is being printed, and you can see the reference of the screenshot link is test case screenshot. If you click here, you can see the pass reference.png, and the path of the project is coming with the proper screenshot. Similarly, if you click on the failed screenshot, right, you can see test case failed, and you can get the screenshot name test case screenshot. You can see for the failure part, right, message was 11, the email address or the phone number that you have entered does not match, sign up for account, but it is coming and except the 11 part, so it is the test case failure, and the, right, test case name is screenshot name is error.jpg. Okay, and also if you click on the assertion error, you can see, right, the 11 was the expected and where is coming is that way. Okay, so that's why you can implement the screenshot for positive and negative test case as well. In case if you have multiple test case, definitely you will not give the name of the screenshot is same. You can use any date format, so that like you will amend the date or maybe time, right, or millisecond second part. So definitely screenshot name will not be unique, and you can definitely update your screenshot accordingly. Or also sometimes you can amend the test case name here as well. In the last part you can get the test case name from the class level itself, and you can amend it. Okay, so that's all for today's session. So we'll be in the next session we will trying to generate the extend report, and where we will be customize our own report, and we can give all the statistics. So that's why we'll try to create our complete framework with the help of page object model, all the important functionality from the Selenium WebDriver, and other part we will try to cover in our framework, and we will build the complete framework. Okay, thank you.